What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Monday, September 18th, 2023, and I have some breaking news to share with you guys. So, apparently, a drone crashed in Bulgaria last night, and it had an 82 millimeter mortar shell attached to it. And Bulgaria is still not sure where this drone came from, whether it was Russian or Ukrainian. But we do know that in the last week, Romania reported that up to 3 Russian drones crashed in Romania, one of them 10 miles away from the Danube River, 10 miles from the Ukrainian border. And Romania has already started building bomb shelters for residents along the Danube River close to the Ukrainian border. And they've already evacuated one town that's right on the Ukrainian border, and they shut down flights under 4,000 feet within 19 miles of the Ukrainian border. And now we get this news that a drone is found in Bulgaria, 30 kilometers from the Romanian border. And it's not 100% confirmed yet if this is Russian or not, but it does have an 82 millimeter mortar attached to it in this picture here. Okay, this is a high explosive ordnance here. Okay, and this drone was found in the town of Tulanovo on the Black Sea. So it's a coastal town, and Bulgaria has already deployed their EOD units to, dispose of this mortar shell and the drone. But this is absolutely crazy, guys. We know that Bulgaria was complaining to NATO about a week ago that Russia was doing exercises in their exclusive economic zone and that Russia shut down uh, Bulgaria's exclusive economic zone to shipping, which is illegal. You're not allowed to shut down another country's exclusive economic zone to shipping. You can do military exercises, but you can't declare that someone else's exclusive economic zone can't have shipping vessels going through it. That's illegal under international law. This is where that drone was found, right over here, where this red pin drop is. Okay. And here's actually a video of one of the EOD guys in Bulgaria responding to this drone. Okay. You can see that it crashed on these rocks here. It's very possible that this is a Russian drone because they're doing those exercises, right off the coast of Bulgaria. And Bulgaria was complaining about those exercises to NATO, and maybe this was a way of provoking Bulgaria a little bit and messing with them psychologically. But it actually is pretty small, but you can see that mortar shell right there. So pretty crazy. And we also have some breaking news that Moderna is apparently developing an experimental vaccine for the Nipah virus. And the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases is going to be launching an early stage clinical trial evaluating the effectiveness of this vaccine, and it's supposed to prevent infection of the Nipah virus. Now, there is an outbreak going on in India right now of the Nipah virus, and the Nipah virus has a fatality rate of 40 to 75%, and that's according to the World Health Organization. So if you get the Nipah virus, there's a good chance you're not going to make it. Very, very concerning. And apparently 5 people have already been infected in southern India, and 2 people have been killed. It is highly contagious as well. But wanted to just share that information with you guys. And we also have some breaking news that there's a missing F-35 somewhere over U.S. airspace. There was a pilot who ejected from the F-35, and the F-35 had its autopilot on when he ejected, so the plane continued to fly, and the military can't find it because it's a stealth fighter, so they can't find it on their radars. And they're saying that it was last seen near Charleston, South Carolina, and they're asking the public to help locating this F-35. So absolutely crazy, guys. And it makes me wonder if this F-35 didn't have some kind of experimental AI uploaded to it and it malfunctioned, so the pilot ejected. And now the AI is flying that F-35, because we know that the B-21 Raiders are going to be able to fly autonomously and carry out strike missions, nuclear bombing missions. And so it's possible that this thing had some AI on it, or maybe they were testing an AI algorithm or program, whatever, that would run these planes. So very concerning. We have some pictures that have surfaced of the Russian submarine that was hit by Ukrainian cruise missiles, and they were actually British cruise missiles, Storm Shadows. And you can see this submarine is just totally devastated. You can see these massive holes here. This is a Kilo class submarine. And this is the first Russian submarine that the Ukrainians have destroyed. Here's another picture. You can see the top of it just totally devastated. And this was done with British cruise missiles. Okay. So absolutely insane. And here we have some flight paths. I wanted to just update you guys on those doomsday planes from yesterday. So if you didn't catch my update, there was a doomsday plane that took off from Strategic Command yesterday, and it had its transponder off, and it was aerially refueled. And I can confirm that it did land already back at Offutt Air Base. And there was also a VIP plane that went from the DC area to Offutt Air Base. And this VIP plane was a C-37B, which is used to transport our top generals. So our top generals went to Offutt Air Base at the same time as this doomsday plane was airborne with its transponder off. So that's pretty concerning. And today we have the UN General Assembly, and it's going to be going on the next few days. So I'll be updating you guys on any breaking news related to that. And last night we had a doomsday plane take off from DC, and it looks like it was going to go to Europe. I don't know where it actually landed, but it took off from DC and went over the North Atlantic somewhere. This is pretty rare to see. Usually they do this if there's some kind of meeting in Europe, if there's some kind of big meeting, like if Biden is going to Europe or maybe the defense secretary. So pretty interesting. And right now we have a sub hunter plane patrolling the Romanian Black Sea coast in the area where those Russian drones crashed. This is a P-8 Poseidon operated by the U.S. Navy. And we also have some breaking news coming from Russian Telegram channels. Apparently, North Korea is going to supply the Russian army with about 10 million shells of 122 and 155 millimeter caliber. How true that is, we don't know. That's coming from Russian Telegram channels. And we have another interesting flight here. This is a C-5 Super Galaxy. This is a heavy transport plane, and it went from Georgia to Poland, which is really interesting. So they were moving something really heavy. This is the largest heavy lift plane in the U.S. Air Force. So they had to move something heavy and large to Poland. So very interesting. And NATO is continuing to monitor the Baltic countries and Poland heavily. This was overnight last night. Here we have an Italian recon plane patrolling Latvia and Lithuania, and we have a Swedish plane patrolling northeastern Poland along the border of Belarus and Russia and near the Suwalki Gap. And then here we also have a U.S. Joint Stars plane patrolling northeastern Poland near the Suwalki Gap. And this plane can detect ground forces. So heavy monitoring continuing of Poland and the Baltics. And we also had a Polish presidential doomsday plane in the air. And this is very interesting. It took off from Rzeszów, which is the city in southeastern Poland where all the NATO military equipment has been arriving. And it flew to a city in western Poland and then northern Poland. So this is the Polish president's doomsday plane. Okay. So this thing is usually not up in the air that much. So I don't know what happened here. And we also had a lot of sub hunter activity yesterday, including an AWACS plane over Romania. Here we have a sub hunter patrolling the Polish Baltic coast at the same time as a sub hunter is patrolling the Romanian Black Sea coast. And then there was an AWACS plane in Romania that got aerially refueled. And I want to just give you guys a quick update on the Warheads in North Dakota. So I had a subscriber of mine send me some information. They used to work on these convoys. And so I'm going to read to you what this person said. The semi has the full top stage of a nuclear missile and the MIRVs holding each warhead already installed in it for transportation to the missile assembly area to complete the arming of the missile. The doors on the trailer won't open unless the trailer is parked within a very specific location for unloading. It also has countermeasures inside it that if someone tries to break in, it will release foam that is even more sticky than the old-fashioned fly rolls that grandma put in her kitchen. The vehicles providing security are all armed with anti-tank weapons and M250 caliber machine guns that fire armor-piercing incendiary rounds. Even if the entire convoy is wiped out, explosives are placed on the axles of the trailer to prevent it from being stolen and driven away, and can be detonated from close air support, providing overwatch. There are other layers of security inside the trailer that make it impossible to safely unload the warheads by any belligerent forces, okay? So this is that tractor trailer here with the warheads and the top assembly of the missile, okay? The final stage with the re-entry vehicles, okay? So wanted to just provide that information to you because a lot of people were saying, oh, this could be something else. It's not warheads, you know. How do you know that these are warheads? And the Russian ruble is still very, very weak. Here you can see the ruble compared to the dollar, and it's all the way down here. Look how low it is compared to a year ago. Okay, very, very weak. And, Putin said today that the Russian economy is doing good and that they've survived the sanctions, but I don't believe that. Look at the ruble, guys. The ruble is still very, very low compared to last year. So that's pretty much it for this one. I'm going to do another update later. So make sure you're subscribed to my channel and hit the bell notification icon so you can get notified when I upload these videos. So until the next update, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.